Why are you not losing fat even though you're doing everything right? Now you might think that you're eating fairly well, you're training hard, you're getting your steps in, but the scales still aren't moving, then don't think that it's something wrong with you. You're not broken. There's just a couple of small things that you might be missing that make a huge difference. And before we get going, this is what, 3 weeks in a row now, so the consistency is building. If you are a woman on a fat loss journey and you want to see more from me, then hit subscribe because there will be more videos coming. So the first reason why you're not seeing results, and it's a simple one, you're probably eating more calories than you realize. Now, most women that I work with are only like 200 to 400 calories away from fat loss. So it's not thousands, but it's just those few extra bites or like that drizzle of olive oil that you use too much of, or the handful of nuts, things that don't feel like overeating, but they add up. Examples of this are, and I know that I'm bad for this first one, is like when you're cooking, you're hungry and then you're there like nibbling little bits, and those little things add up. It might be kids' leftovers. I know Lauren, a client of mine at the moment, likes to finish off her kids' food, and I know it is hard. Like when the leftovers are there, you want to finish them off, you don't want to waste them, but again, those calories add up. Another thing is those healthy snacks that are calorie dense, and I know that I've gone into this in videos before. Things like the olive oil, like the nuts, the nut butters, granola, which looks healthy, whole milk, or full fat yogurt. Another thing could be the drink that you're buying from the coffee shop, because this might be something that you just don't think about logging. But I was going through the Starbucks menu the other day, and like one of their like Christmas gingerbread something toffee lattes is like over like 350 calories. And then the other thing is like the dressings and sauces that again you don't think to log. I know it's like when you get a Domino's and you get like the massive pot of sauce, you don't even like take into account that there's another like 1,000 calories in that pot of sauce. So like when you're like drizzling the salad dressing on and you're not keeping track of how much you're actually using, it's another thing where you can just easily rack up like hundreds of calories that are just pushing you over, and you don't even need as much as you're using. So definitely be more mindful on that. Another problem might be the weekend. So you could be bang on track within your deficit Monday to Friday. Say you're, I don't know, 500 calories within your deficit. You're aiming for about 1,600 calories a day. So across the week, that's 11,200 calories. But the weekend hits, let's say you've been going out for drinks with friends, you've had a few glasses of wine, and Saturday you hit 2,500 calories, and maybe Sunday, a little bit less, you have 2,300 calories. I know this doesn't sound huge, but that makes your weekend total 4,800 calories. So then when you take your calorie intake Monday to Friday, which is let's say 8,000 calories across those 5 days, you add on the 4,800 that you had at the weekend, that then pushes you to 12,800 calories in total across the week, which makes a total surplus of 1,600 calories. And that's even though Monday to Friday you're doing well, and Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't even sound too bad, but it just shows you how much that little increase in calories like can completely throw off all of your progress. So it's again that thing of just be mindful of what you're having. Make sure that you, if you are tracking, make sure you keep log of it all. Because as much as I like to say, like you can enjoy your weekend, you can have the treat, you still need to be intentional about it, because it's easy just to throw yourself completely off. And an important point here is don't fall into the trap of thinking that you've had one or two treats, so you just need to completely ruin the rest of the weekend. If you had like the carrot cake that you weren't thinking about, you were just mindlessly eating it, and then you think, oh well, I've screwed it. Don't think that. If you have that treat, just refocus, get yourself back on track, 'cause it's not going to ruin it, but it's that mindset that you've had one bad thing that you just need to ruin, or there's no point in focusing the rest of the time that is what actually ruins your progress. The next thing is not enough protein. Now, you might have seen the recent video that I did on protein, so I'll keep this quick, but if you're not eating enough protein, you're going to be hungrier, you're going to snack more, you're more likely to lose muscle instead of fat, your metabolism won't get the same boost, and you won't feel as toned when you lose fat. Most women need about 100 to 120 grams of protein per day, and most are nowhere near that. So definitely make sure that you're keeping your protein intake up. Next thing, you're training hard in the gym, but you're not progressing. Now, again, I spoke about this in another recent video. With your training, it's so important with your weights that firstly, that you're tracking them every single time that you're doing them, and focusing on that thing called progressive overload, where you log your weights each time you come back to the same exercise, you're looking to build on what you did last time. So you might have done, say, 10 kilos for 10 reps last time, just to keep it simple. The next time you come back to it, you can stick to that same weight, but try and get like 10 for a couple more reps. Or like, say you have your rep range, if it is 10 to 12, the time after that, you look to up the weight to 12 kilos, you bring the reps down to 10, and it's just that slow, steady increase that you always need to be looking for. Obviously making sure that you are also pushing yourself close to failure, 1 to 2 reps short of failure on every single set, because I know, again, a lot of women will go lighter weights for high reps and they're not pushing themselves anywhere close to where they need to be to build muscle and to lose fat, which is what toning basically is. Next up, and these are a couple of things that I just don't really think get spoken about enough, because I know it's great to think it's just calories in and calories out, and that is true, but poor sleep makes your fat loss so much harder. Firstly, you'll know that if you've slept badly, that naturally you just feel so much hungrier. Basically, it's a hormone called ghrelin that makes you feel hungry that increases, and the hormone that makes you feel full called leptin goes down. So like, it takes longer to feel full, or you just can't tell when you're actually full. You'll also end up burning fewer calories, because naturally when you're tired, your body is wanting to move less during the day. Not even your conscious movement, just naturally small movements that you might do just in the day, you're going to do less. You're going to want to just sit down and just conserve energy. And the other thing related back to the training is that when you're underslept, you recover slower. So the quality of your training drops. So you can't push yourself as hard. You can't build that lean muscle like you want to. So prioritize as much as you can your sleep. I know it's easy for me to say as like a 22-year-old, but you might have kids, you might have whatever going on. Just try and stick to, firstly, just a consistent sleep schedule as much as you can. Obviously, everyone's different in terms of how much you need, but somewhere between 7 to 8 hours a night is ideal. And then with stress, like similar to sleep, stress makes you crave more high calorie foods. You're more likely to go and emotionally eat, because I know a lot of people, when they get stressed, food is like that comfort. It just gives you that sense of, I don't know, like that control, that comfort that you crave when you've got stuff going on. Also, obviously, it's something that also messes with your sleep. How you fix stress, again, who is it like a 22-year-old guy to tell you? But I think mindfulness is really important. I've done it for a long time now, meditation. And if you can just find any like little pockets in the day just to switch off and just focus inward, because that's a big thing with your fat loss in general, just being more aware of, are you actually hungry? Are you not? And being able to like bring yourself back to the moment and separate yourself from your mind will really help. And then one final thing on why you're not seeing progress, it might just be that your expectations are off. Because fat loss is not linear. Your hormones are shifting, water retention is changing, your cycle is impacting a lot. Training causes inflammation that could cause weight gain, and some weeks the scale will go up even when you're losing fat. So again, it's that thing of, don't rely on the scales to track your progress. Use photos, use measurements as well, but also take a long-term view. Don't think after 1-2 days maybe like the scales have gone up or you just feel or look more bloated. It doesn't mean that you've ruined it. Just keep doing those things that you know that you need to do. So to wrap up, if you feel like you're not losing fat, even though you're doing all the right things, it doesn't mean that you're doing anything massively wrong. Just fix the small things that I've spoken about in this video, and over time, you'll hopefully see the results that you are working for. And if you want some help understanding what your bottlenecks are and having a plan that actually fits your life, either go check out my Instagram, that's where I'm more active posting, just send me a message and we can have a chat. Or if you go to I'll put a link in the description to book a call so we can have a quick chat about what your problems are, what your goals are, and then, yeah, kind of work out just a plan to help get you there. I hope you got value from this. If there's anything else that you want me to cover in particular, then let me know, because I'm always needing more video ideas. There will definitely be more videos coming. So whatever you need help with, let me know, and catch you in the next one.